Hello everyone and welcome to Quality RPGs. Today we are having part 31 of the Kingdom Come Deliverance II playthrough, and I think we want to have some food, some rest, and probably sell some gear as well. So let's look for something. Bathhouse proprietor, I think.
I'm sorry.
We will have a chat with her.
Pads and ruffians, eh? I keep saying this country
Guards,
needs a firm hand.
soldiers. So what are we supposed to be doing? Talk to Lord Pisek. Okay.
And with you.
Let's go to have a chat with Lord Pisek. And Zizka, Catherine.
Eat whatever takes your fancy, my friends. You look like you've had a hard journey.
Indeed.
The journey wasn't so bad, especially compared to what came before it.
Where are you coming from, anyway?
From Trusky.
That's Sir Otto von Burgo's domain. What were you doing there, pray tell?
We were in a castle cellar, talking to an old acquaintance.
My God, how did that happen?
Simple. I'm in the service of Lord Suchdol of Lamberg, same as Dry Devil, and I had a job to do around Trusky, if you get my meaning.
Absolutely. But it wasn't much of a success, was it?
Actually, it was pretty much. We even took a castle.
Well, more like a small stronghold.
And we nearly got von Berghoff too.
And what prevented you from completing that righteous deed?
Actually, it's a little bit my fault.
What are you saying, boy?
Me and my lords were sent to negotiate an alliance with von Berghoff. But that snake was using us the whole time to do his dirty work. He pretended he was willing to cross over to the side of Wenceslas. But instead, he sent us to fight against the king's allies.
And if that wasn't enough, von Orlitz and the Prague militia joined with him.
But why would the Praguers send forces to Trusky?
But they didn't, sir. They weren't sent to Trusky, but here. They just stopped off to visit von Berghoff because he was in a tight situation, and they took him along with them.
Here? To my fortress? Christ almighty.
Not just here, but everywhere where King Wenceslas still has supporters.
And that's also one of the reasons why we're here. We came to warn you. It seems Sigismund's run out of patience. He's going to break the truce and finish off the rebellion while he still has time. So he's convened all his followers in Kuttenberg with von Berghoff and von Orlitz in the lead. It's just a matter of time before the battles begin.
We've got to secure the fortress quickly, stock up on supplies, reinforce the guard and drill the troops. But I'm grateful to you, friends. Wait here. I'll have the best wine I have brought to you. Bring that red from Burgundy right away.
You might want to save some for Jobst.
I'll gladly risk his displeasure for this occasion.
It seems we both have the same opinion of Jobst, eh?
Well, that is, I wouldn't dream of disrespecting the Margrave. Where do you know him from?
I don't really know him as such. We merely know each other due to my original trade.
Yes, I've heard of you. They say you used to be, well...
Yes, a bandit. It's no secret, sir. King Wenceslas even put a price on my head once. And Catherine here, she...
I'm sure that's of no interest to the noble gentleman. And anyway, if anyone knows Jobst well, it's Henry here. You two are quite on friendly terms, aren't you?
Well, we only met once, in fact. When he came to see Lord Hanush in Rattay.
Anyway, we're straying a little from the point. As I said, one of the reasons we came here is to warn you. And the other reason goes by the name of Hinnek, the Dry Devil. Where is he?
Well, he was here for a while, at my invitation.
Was here? So he's gone?
Where did he go?
I couldn't say. He
Okay.
didn't part quite on the best of terms.
That's quite normal for him. Don't take it to heart, sir.
I had no issue with him. It's more about Margrave Jobst. When he met Hinek, he was somewhat disturbed.
Disturbed? Why?
Well, let's say, after an exchange of opinions, they agreed it would be best if they saw as little of each
Okay.
other as possible. I'm sure if you're interested in the details, the Margrave will explain it to you himself.
I'd be very surprised.
What was Dry Devil doing here, anyway?
Waging war, if you can call it that. He ambushed 3 of Sigismund's supply caravans and a troop of humans in these parts alone. It made me a little nervous. If anyone found out he was hiding out here, in the end, it was Jobst himself who sorted it out. He told Hinek he had to stop because he was interfering with his plans.
Why
Okay.
is Jobst taking such risks? He almost put himself in Sigismund's reach. What for?
To do what he's been doing all his life. Scheming.
One could put it that way. He's seeking allies amongst the undecided lords and winning over to our side some of the ones who've sided with Sigismund so far.
He wants to make deals with turncoats?
Alas, that's the way it goes in politics. The majority lean towards the side where they expect the least problems. Just between us, I'm not too pleased myself about Jobst's strategy, and I'm the last one who'd wish for violence.
What do you think about all of this, sir? Sigismund, Wenceslas, Jobst?
What kind of question is that? Do you doubt my loyalty to our king?
No, that's not how I meant it.
Henry here sometimes forgets to weigh his words, sir.
That's all right. To be frank, we all know that King Wenceslas isn't the great man his father Charles was. But that is the way of the world. History is full of kings who didn't know how to wear the crown. The blood running in their veins is more important than what's in their heads. He's not a capable ruler. What of it? In my opinion, kingship is above all a guarantee of divine peace. A sovereign's greatest asset is his legitimacy.
But what if the sovereign is truly bad? If he's mad, say.
I'll put it this way. Nobody lives forever, lad.
Least of all
Okay.
bad kings. Isn't that right, sir?
So, what about us? What do we do now?
Well, I would
The
like to
Margrave will
eat.
certainly want to talk to you. But the earliest he'll be back at the fortress will be tomorrow. I hope until then, you won't refuse my offer of a bed for the night.
Just an offer. So you'd let us leave if we wanted to.
Well, the Margrave did ask me to look after you until he returns, for the sake of security.
Whose security?
Good question. Yours, I expect.
So be it. I couldn't take another step anyway.
Okay.
Sir, there's still one more thing we came for. Lord von Bergov is holding my lord, Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein, hostage. And we also have to warn Jobst's ally, John of Liechtenstein. Do you know anything about those two?
Sorry, I don't. I didn't even know von Bergau had come here until you told me. And I've heard nothing about Lord Liechtenstein.
Which is actually good news. If he'd been caught and executed, the word would be all over the region. So there's a strong hope he's alive.
Thank you for the warm welcome, Lord Pisek.
It's the least I could do, lad. My fortress is open to all the king's supporters, even if that does make it a bit crammed.
I suppose I ought to get to bed. Where can I sleep, sir?
I had some chambers prepared for all of you. Yours is right here in the palace. Cross that corridor and go up the stairs. You can't miss it. There's a garland above the door. But first, eat your fill. All of you. And maybe you'd like to bathe before
Yeah,
going to bed.
that must be a good
I told my
idea.
servant Susanna to prepare baths for you. The baths are in the little house in the courtyard, right next to the well.
Okay. So... Okay, I think we could still take something else.
Careful!
Okay, here... Gamekeeper's letter. Sounds interesting. Oh. Well, I guess it doesn't matter too much. So what about the letter? Okay. I guess we don't... Well, I guess we can keep it. And let's have a chat with Zizka.
How are you?
Much better with hot food in my belly.
Don't overdo it, though. Any orders?
Now, I'm not sure how long they'll treat us this way.
Okay. Let's see about Catherine.
What happened at Nebakov?
You're asking me?
No, of course. I know you weren't there, but I only remember that diabolical shot.
That must have been really terrible. I heard the shot all the way.
Okay.
I'm afraid all I know is when they took the fortress. I'm sorry. But most...
There was this healer called...
A girl of yours?
No, I don't know her well. I suppose now I'll never see...
Poor girl. May God. You have to live every day like it's going to be. That's all you can do.
Do you know if Michael, the ad...
I'm afraid I do know.
Did you know?
Okay.
Not now. Thanks.
Thank you.
I'm sorry I can't.
No, that's all right. What do you think of...
He's a real man, at least. But I hope his age has weakened. Oh, you should be ashamed of yourself asking about him when he's right next.
What do you
Okay.
plan to do now?
What do you think? Have a proper meal.
That's a good plan. Sleep well.
You too. You're gonna need your strength.
Okay, so let's visit the baths.
What'll it be?
What do you have for sale?
Okay, what's this? Wick mint perfume. I think we will be selling these. Oh. Okay, I guess we are not selling these.
Maybe next time then. Why are you wasting my time if you don't want anything then?
So
Lord Pisek said we...
Yes, sir. I prepared the hot water.
Thank you.
You needn't thank me, sir. And now, if you'll allow me...
okay.
Master, hey, doggy?
And it's time to get some rest. So it was upstairs from here. Okay, perhaps in here.
Hail Mary, pray for us, O Holy Mother of God, that we may be made worthy of the promise.
Greetings. What brings you here?
How are you, dear?
All the better for being greeted so respectfully. He's terribly jealous and
Oh.
could have you whipped.
I beg your pardon, milady, but I'm asking because I've just arrived and I'd like...
If it's mercenary work you're interested, you'll have to ask.
Okay.
You wouldn't happen to know where Lord Hin...
I don't know, but I hope as far away as
Okay.
possible.
What?
A respectable woman doesn't talk about that kind of thing, but if it hadn't been for my
Okay.
God be with you.
So I guess that was rather kind of the developers to put an indicator here. I would probably be looking for the bed quite a while, even from now.
So you got your revenge. Father, did it make you feel any better? It did. So what comes next?
Mark von Aulitz is next. Then von Burkov.
And is that what you really want, son? No matter how many people you kill, you can't change what's happened.
It's what I want.
Are you sure, Henry?
What's happening? Why are you waking me up? You again?
Yes, the Margrave is calling for you, sir. You and the other gent.
You mean Zizka?
I suppose. I don't know what his name is, but he's waiting down in the courtyard. I'm just on my way to tend to his wounds.
Okay.
And what about Catherine?
That's the good wife who arrived with you? I don't know. I think I saw her with our captain.
Oh, very well. I'll go now.
Before you go, I brought you something for breakfast. In case you're hungry. Oh, have I been too bold?
No, definitely not. Thank you. Do you need anything else?
No, sir.
So, why are you standing here?
You haven't dismissed me, sir.
Okay.
I'm not a nobleman. You don't have to stand on ceremony with me.
I do, since you're a guest of the Margrave, sir.
Okay.
May I leave?
I? That is... yes, of course.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so are we still a bit too full? Apparently. Would this be actually better? Okay, I guess not. Then... Okay, I guess we have everything over there. Okay, shoes first. And then... what if we use these? Okay, so that increases charisma. Then we need to equip a torch and a weapon. And a dagger. And as secondary, I think we will use this pistole. And then lead ball over there. So... oh, and... okay. So we don't have any perk points available. Okay. So let's get going. What's this? The Maiden's War. I'm not going to read this all the way, but and apparently we didn't get any perks. Well, that's nice. And Mutt. You're good to go. Scribe.
Careful.
And this is the way out. Yeah? You can move now. That's a lot of troops over here.
See, meine Dame, we aren't idle here. My men train like that every day.
Okay.
Hello, the worth Henry of Skalitz. I'm just holding a discussion with the captain here about his...
That's not how I'd put it. In the end, as my Großvater said, the strength of a castle is measured by its... What do you say, lad?
Okay.
Aye. I have to admit, the soldiers here look pretty fearsome. I wouldn't want to come up against them in battle.
I get the feeling you'd run instead of facing them, though. Hey?
Leave him be, meine Dame. Nobody with any sense would take on my men.
Now look here, I was just being polite. I'd happily take on your men.
Ach ja?
Do you fancy yourself a knight?
Come, Junge. We'll stuff your clothes with straw, so you don't come to any harm, and let you have a go against one of ours. Pulcock, come here! The first to bleed loses.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, now what?
Excellent, Henry.
Ah, it was nothing.
Good, Gama. You have my admiration. You really are good with the sword. I hope my idiots learned a thing or two from you.
You should receive some kind of reward for that feat.
And what rewards would you have in mind?
I was rearranging our saddlebags, and I remembered I took a small memento from Trotsky.
Oh. What is it?
A hunting crossbow. I even think it's von Berghoff's. I was meaning to sell it, but it might serve you better.
My word. Thank you. I better go and find Zizka. The Margrave is expecting us.
I saw Zizka next to the stables. There was some girl hanging around him.
Do you want to come with us to see Jobst?
Not really. I'll go and pack my things instead. I have a feeling we'll have to leave soon.
Why?
A woman's intuition.
Okay. Do I have my own gear? Yes, I do. Good. So what about the crossbow? How expensive it? Oh. Well, that's nice. Smithy. Hired hand. Housemaid. Huntsman.
Greetings. What do you need?
What goes on in the forest?
There are poachers prowling in the woods. A band led by this ginger-headed Mach of Marshowitz. They've been causing trouble for...
What happened?
They killed a rare white roebuck that lived in a... Sir Peter of Pisac put a bounty on their heads. The bounty...
Okay.
I must say.
It's an exceedingly rare animal. Sir Peter forbade hunting it, but I wouldn't have even if I could.
Do you know any...
They're led by some fella called Margrave Marshowitz, and they fancy them. From what I've heard, they showed up in the village below the castle a couple of times. The guards always sent them packing. Our knacker...
That knacker, Wolfram. Do you think...
Oh, he has a dishonourable profession, true enough. But having the gall to work with poachers, he's on thin enough ice as it is, being a knacker and all. If his lordship found out he had anything... But he might know...
All right, Huntsman. I'll try to trap the...
Excellent. And if you mete out capital punishment on the spot, every member of that band carries a squirrel tail on them. Probably a badge of their hunting.
Where should I look for these?
Ah, that's the hard part. I'm sure they have a hideout, and if you don't know what to do, you can try to get something out of them.
Thanks for the advice.
Farewell, good sir.
Okay, good. And the game is saving quite often in this later part, apparently. So I'm to look for Zizka. What are these? Okay. Okay, apparently he's not here. Catherine said that he's somewhere close to stables. Okay, let's not pick that. Okay. Blacksmith.
Greetings. What?
Well, blacksmith.
Worse and worse, friend. You know, everyone's suddenly...
I'll have a look at the...
Broad longsword. Would it be better? Actually not. But I think we can sell these. How much money does he have? Okay. Quite little, to be honest. Knight's horseshoes, horseman's pick. Perhaps we could buy this one. I guess that would be it. And then I do have these. Yeah, I think I want to study this one. Okay, perhaps some other time. Then I do have these sketches. Let's learn it. Yeah, but I don't want to. Okay. Books. And then broadsword. Frankfurter steel. Okay. Looks rather nice. But yeah, we still haven't found Zizka. Stable master. Has nothing to say. Oh, here.
It's strange, crooked, like a letter from a fancy book.
How are things, Captain?
What do you think? I've seen better days. And you, youngster?
Not so great.
Just wait until you've been through as much as I have.
Nah, don't say that. You still have your strength. A real man of iron.
A damned rusty one, I'd say. But enough chat. I see Jobst has returned to the fortress.
That's why I'm here. They're expecting us. I wanted to take Catherine along too, but she said she'd rather get the horses ready.
She's doing the right thing, and you better run ahead and greet the Margrave.
Okay.
Are you expecting trouble?
I always expect trouble. Jobst has turned coats more times than I can count. And the way things are these days, I'd rather have horses standing by, even on a visit to my parents.
Okay.
What about that dry devil of yours? Did you find out where he went?
No, nobody asked him where he was going, but it seems they're hoping. I'm not surprised. If I know... He might. To be honest, that's the...
Should I really go and see Jobst on my...
So what? You already know him better than I do. You met him...
All right, but he sent for us both.
A bit odd, I suppose. But you must understand, I'm doing this for our...
Okay.
Right, I'll be going then.
So... I guess we were in the banquet hall earlier. Okay, the kitchens. Oh. Cook.
God be with you, sir.
What's Sir Peter?
Oh, he has a heart of gold. God smiled on us when he eats nothing but preserves and sweet dumplings with curd cheese. And when...
You wouldn't happen to know where...
You mean that bony knight? I can't help you, I'm afraid.
So?
What can I say, lad? It used to be better. There was people warring against each other. We're lucky we have Sir Peter.
Okay.
Farewell, my friend.
Excuse me.
So I guess this is the fest hall.
Henry. Where's Captain Zizka?
He got held up.
I received a report that von Bergov's banner is flying in the camp of my dear cousin Sigismund, so I assume the negotiations at Trotsky didn't go too smoothly.
No, sir. I don't have good news for you, I'm afraid.
Well, good or bad, I'm sure you have plenty to report. So what happened with von Bergov at Trotsky?
Okay, it's a long story.
I beg your pardon, Margrave, but I have the feeling you already know everything.
Really? I have the opposite feeling. These days, I seem to be completely in the dark. John of Liechtenstein, my court spy, I suppose you could say, has mysteriously fallen silent. But there's one thing you're right about. I have a fair idea about what you got up to at Trotsky. Now, let's get to a more important question. I heard you ended up in von Bergov's dungeon. And judging by the state you were in when you arrived, I expect they didn't treat you too well. You didn't reveal anything important there by any chance?
Well, although it wasn't me who told him, von Bergov did get certain information.
What information?
About Liechtenstein. That he's in Kuttenberg. And what he's doing there. I'm really sorry, sir, but... well, they tortured us.
That is truly unfortunate. But you've nothing to be ashamed of. I think it's too much to expect anyone to hold their tongue under torture.
But Lord Liechtenstein... what if they killed him because of us?
John went straight into the lion's den. He knew the risks. Thank you for the news. You're free to go if you want. But I would be glad if you stayed at the fortress. As soon as it's possible, you can join a legation heading for Rattay. I'm sure you already want to go home.
Yeah,
Sir,
we need to rescue Hans.
That's a generous offer, and I appreciate it. But it's not what I want.
If you wish to stay and help here, I'll be glad, of course. I need someone to escort my envoys, and you've proven yourself more than capable.
It's Lord Capon, Your Grace. I came to find out where he is, and rescue him.
A noble thought. But you mustn't worry about Lord Capon. I'm sure von Bergov has him trapped in a gilded cage.
But I made a promise, sir.
I understand, but honestly, Lord Capon is now safer than you or I. The most sensible course now is to wait for the ransom demand.
Okay.
Margrave.
Ah, Captain Zizka. Henry and I were just discussing Lord Capon.
Yeah, the Margrave thinks he's in no danger, and we should wait for a ransom demand.
As one does.
I wanted to talk to you about something else. I suppose you're wondering why your friend Hinnek, also known as the Dried Devil, isn't here?
Oh, there's plenty of gossip going on around the fortress. You and Pisek refused to grant him asylum.
Asylum is for those in distress, Captain. Hinnek came to burn and pillage. I have quite different plans.
And what might those be, Margrave? Sitting and talking while King Wenceslas rots in a dungeon. What would I expect? Not so long ago, you were conspiring with Sigismund against Prokop, your own brother.
It would be futile trying to explain to you the intricacies of the Luxembourg's dynastic politics. Let me just explain that that was what was called for in the situation. But I assure you that I am now acting in the best interests of this country and of King Wenceslas.
You're acting first and foremost in your own interests. Everyone knows that.
Strong words coming from a man who earns his bread by killing merchants on the road.
Okay.
No offense intended. I applaud your art. The pen is mightier than the sword, but there are times when It's vice versa. Enter!
All ready to leave now, sir?
Good. It's high time. I expect the captain was about to leave anyway. Are you not?
With pleasure.
And you, Henry?
Me? Well, sir, I made a promise.
I understand. I won't attempt to keep you here by force. But bear in mind, I have concluded a very fragile truce with Sigismund, which gives us time to get ready. And if anyone should disrupt my plans with headstrong acts of violence, there will be consequences. Grave consequences. I consider this matter closed. Farewell and good luck.
Okay.
I get the feeling Jobst didn't make a great impression on you. Are we leaving?
Yeah. And Henry's going with us.
Wait, you'll help me find Capon?
Sure. But we'll need people for that. And information. Catherine, I've got a job for you.
Yes?
Go to Kuttenberg. Find out what happened to Liechtenstein. If anyone knows what's going on in this godforsaken country, it'll be him. In the meantime, we'll go and find Dry Devil and his band.
Good luck. I'd go all the way to Rome to spy if it kept me away from the devil.
Let's go.
Okay.
Unless he's too drunk.
What is your plan, anyway? Go from village to village, hamlet to hamlet, until we find him?
That won't be necessary. We just have to visit places where you can get booze.
So all the taverns and dens in the region?
If it comes to that.
Okay.
I'm up for that.
Don't get your hopes up. We'll have a beer, listen to the local rumour mill. If we don't find anything, we'll pay up and move on.
Where do we start?
I have heard of a place that's a favoured meeting spot of bandits, poachers, and all kinds of scum. If I was looking for the devil, or at least someone who knows something about him, that's where I'd go.
Sounds like a good place to start. And if we find the
So the poachers are somewhere around there. Okay.
What then?
If we're really to step on Sigismund's toes, we need capable men. And the devil's capable. Of anything, really.
I'm not sure what the three of us can achieve.
Inek's not alone. He has the devil's pack.
Who?
That's what his band is called. They're exactly the sort of men we need.
And what do you have in mind when you say step on Sigismund's toes? What about Liechtenstein and Capon?
The same thing we did to von Berghoff. But don't worry. It's going to take a lot of time before we're ready. In the meantime, hopefully Catherine will find out where young Liechtenstein is hiding. If his spy network really lives up to the legend, he'll surely know where they're keeping young Capon.
I hope so. And when he's free, then we can step on Sigismund's toes. I'm sure Lord Capon will be happy to help.
In that case, he'd be better off staying in captivity. So, what do you say? Shall we speed up?
Aye. The sooner we get there, the better.
Oh, that was a rather long journey. It is rather long journey.
I hope our journey doesn't prove to be in vain. Henry. Around here, you never know what might happen.
warned you you had it coming, you drunk.
Hang on. I didn't see it. Does feel better when I've had a drink. It's a gift from God.
Either you pay us back our coin, or you can leave your head with us.
You wouldn't get a crossing for an alternative, mine.
You're right about that.
I'd have a use for that turnip. But I can only pay for it with iron.
Okay.
Zizka?
You turn on your heel and get going. If you value your life. You might have noticed there's more of us than you.
That can be fixed.
So it's 3 versus 3.
Go to hell.
Fuck you! Come on!
You swine! You'll pay for that! Do it!
I'll take that, you shit! Do I have to pull you out of trouble again? I see you're still a drunkard.
Okay.
That doesn't matter now.
Seems to
You're
be
looking at
a bit
all
on
that's
the
left of it.
quieter side.
That we do. Anyway, this is Henry. Henry, this is Kubienka.
Thanks.
He would be one of the best archers north of the... if he wasn't drunk or with one arm in the stop.
Shouldn't we leave before someone like...
There will be plenty of time to get acquainted with the local... We're looking for the devil.
This is the innkeep.
Gentlemen.
Okay.
I won't have this. You're murdering my...
They started it.
They've been drinking on credit for half a day.
If you search their pockets and sell their weapons, that should... And I have a feeling Kubienka here owed them some dice with...
I didn't see it.
Pay him.
All right. Here.
Ah, I see you are a nobleman and a generous one at that. You didn't have to, but thank you.
Okay.
We'll clear away the corpses, pour some sand on the blood, and no one will know what happened.
That's nice of you.
Nobody will be looking for them anyway. Only the catchpoles would be interested in them. You might...
Did you hear Lord Zizka?
Yes, I did. Of course. I'm leaving.
Okay.
Who's this devil fella?
He's an angry, dangerous murderer. Someone you want on your side.
And at one time, he was besieging a castle. And when they refused to surrender, he dressed up. I still regret.
I was there. In fact, he kidnapped that hag's grandsons and told her he'd cripple them unless she let him in the castle. She opened the...
Ha! Well, I could bet on the way, devil.
Is it just you and the devil here?
That's the problem.
What?
Well, I'm alone.
Okay.
Where's everybody else?
I'd like to know that too.
Oh,
When the
captured.
devil was captured, they scattered. Some are dead.
What? The devil's been captured and that's how you tell me then...
Who captured him?
How should I know?
Shit, Kubienka, you must know who came up.
Well, we botched this job in Kuttenberg. It was supposed to be a breeze before we could react. They knocked the devil down and pounded on him like a deaf man on a door.
Fuck.
It pisses me off that we had to leave him there. But
do you know where they're keeping?
Why? The town guard took him.
fuck. There's no way...
My words. Otherwise, we would have not even a mouse can get in there.
How long has it been since...
I've been sitting here drinking ever since it happened.
Okay.
A month? They haven't...
That's the thing. The devil's famous. Lots of people want him. They want to send his soul to the Lord in a month. The devil is a proper bastard.
What are they planning to do?
The devil's got a fat prize on his head. He's the most feared robber baron. There are several empty tents in Sigismund's camp, thanks to him. They take him to their camp outside of...
Who told you that?
When someone owes your dice wager, they'll spill what they don't know. They say the people of Kuttenberg can't wait.
If they're going to move in, that could be our chance. We'll wait for them. And...
He will be watched by a dozen armed guards. We only...
I thought the devil would have at least 10 men. But other than that, it makes sense.
I was going to hire some muscle for help here.
But more like I know you. But maybe we'll find someone around here. Can you think of anything else that might come in?
Well, how about...
Have you got some?
Well, not on me. But maybe there's...
Maybe?
Maybe. Surely. If I can remember where we hit them. And...
what place is that?
This narrow gully with a nice curve that backs for something nasty to happen in it. West of here.
Looks like there's still some sense left in your nod.
And what about me?
You'll go with Kubianka to get the hand cannons. He may be...
Great. At least I won't have to...
Don't dilly-dally.
Okay.
And when you have them, meet me at... Keep an eye on him. And don't let him...
So, I think this is actually everything for today. So thank you very much for watching. If you like the content, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Feel free to post comments, give advice, ask questions and so on. Have a great rest of the day. Quality RPGs out.